Back in Fast and Furious 5, Dominic and Brian stole a vault containing the life savings of corrupt Brazilian businessman Hernan Reyes in Rio de Janeiro. Reyes and his son Dante pursue them. As they chase Dom onto a bridge, he used the vault to knock Dante's car into the water. As you remember, his father was killed in cold blood. 10 years later, Dom is giving his son Brian a driving lesson. They return home and celebrate with a barbecue that is attended by Abuelita Toretto, and Roman is requested by the agency to steal a supercomputer chip from a convoy in Rome. Ramsey, Tej Parker, and Han join Roman on the mission. They are approached by Cipher, who is wounded after Dante came to her with the offer of a partnership. When Dante realized they had different interests, he turned Cipher's team against her by revealing he had members of their family held hostage. Cipher was able to fight back and escape, so she could warn Dom and Letty of the incoming war. They call Little Nobody, who arrests Cipher and verifies his story. However, he reveals that the agency has no job going in Rome, and Dom and Letty realize that it was a trap set up by Dante. In Rome, Dante locks the team inside a truck transporting a large bomb and begins setting off multiple explosions which are blamed on the team. As they flee underground, Letty tries to pursue Dante but gets arrested, and Dom is able to push the bomb into the Tiber River to mitigate the effects, yet still causing a fair amount of damage to the city. Agent Ames, the agency's new leader following Mr. Nobody's disappearance, believes that Dom and his team are responsible for the bombing and set a multi-million-dollar bounty. The team are declared terrorists, and Letty is taken to a prison while Roman and the others flee to London. Dom is visited by Magdalene Shaw, who comforts him. He asks her to deliver a message to Mr. Nobody, but she is unable to do that. Back in Los Angeles, little Brian and Mia are ambushed by members of the agency looking to apprehend them. Mia fights off the agents and is joined by Jacob, who was called by Dom. He stops the agents and reveals that Dom asked him to bring Brian to Portugal. Mia agrees and then leaves to be with Brian, as she believes he is in danger now that they are being targeted by the agency. In Naples, Dom meets Tess, daughter of Mr. Nobody, who reveals that Dante is in Rio. She then warns him that Ames is coming after him with everything he has. He requests Tessa's help freeing Letty from prison, and she discovers that Letty is being held in Antarctica. She visits her and stabs her so she can be transported to a medical facility where Cipher is being kept. Letty and Cipher get to know each other a bit better, and the two agree to work together to escape. In London, Tej, Ramsey, Roman, and Han discover their bank accounts have been drained by Dante and meet with Bowie, an old associate of Ramsey's who tries turning them in for the bounty. Han suggests getting help from Deckard Shaw, and when Han arrives on his doorstep, Shaw believes that Han is coming for revenge, and the two fight. After they are infiltrated by the agency, Shaw and Han make amends, and then Shaw leaves the group to go find Magdalene, who is being tracked by Dante. In Rio, Dom meets Dante for the first time, and Dante challenges him to a street race. This ends up with Dom's friend Diogo getting killed in an explosion triggered by Dante. Dom stops Dante from killing Isabel Neves, the sister of Elena Neves, and she returns the favor by giving Dom Elena's old files on Dante. Dom discovers that Dante still owns the police station where the vault was stolen, and he goes there to find more information. He finds Dante's vision board and discovers that he is tracking all of the Fast and Furious, even those forgotten from the previous movies. Dom is captured by Ames, and along the drive they are ambushed by Dante, who shoots Ames and Tess and steals God's eye. Isabel takes Tess to the hospital, and Dom and Ames team up to stop Dante, who is going to Portugal, where he plans to kidnap Dom's son. Jacob and little Brian are fleeing from Dante and his crew in a modified cannon car, and Dom arrives with Ames on a plane and lands his car onto the highway to join them. Dante tries to kidnap the kid, however Jacob sacrifices himself in an explosion to allow Dom and his son to escape. When instructed by Ames, Dom takes a service road to an airstrip but is trapped by Dante once more. Here, it is revealed that Ames has been working with Dante since 2011, and as Roman, Tej, Ramsey and Han arrive on a plane, It is shot down by Ames and crashes, leaving their fates unknown. But we all know people don't get hurt in crushes in this franchise. Dante tries to kill Dom and little Brian between two drone-operated semi-trailers. Dom drives down the slope of the dam, landing safely in the water, but Dante reveals the dam is rigged with explosives and sets them off. We don't really know what happened to them, but what we know, Dom has a long history of surviving car crashes in this franchise. In Antarctica, Letty and Cipher have escaped the prison, and as they cross over a mountain, they witness a submarine rise from below the ground, and a woman emerges watching them through binoculars. The woman turns out to be Gisele! She is still alive after dying in Fast and Furious 6. In a post-credits scene, Dante calls Luke Hobbs, who is investigating an abandoned theater. He warns Hobbs that as he was the one who killed his father, he will be coming for him next. Hobbs tells him that he isn't hard to find, and then crushes the phone. And that's how the film ends.
I ain't hard to find.